The Jennifer Aniston salad. It went viral, it was trending for a long time, and we're gonna make it today. It is so good. It's a handful of ingredients and nothing unusual, nothing tricky, a really simple dressing as well. We can bring it together rather quickly and it is just a delicious, yummy salad. So I've got a nice big or medium to large salad bowl here, and we're basically gonna add our bits. We're using some Freekeh, which is just a type of wheat, so it's an old ancient grain. That does take a while to cook. That's probably your one thing in this recipe that does take that little bit of time, 30 to 35 minutes. You can use any grain you like. If you wanna swap it out for quinoa, risoni, pearl barley, lentils, whatever, your choice, but I love using that. So we're gonna add that first. I'm gonna throw that in. It's really nutty. It provides a really great texture to a salad. It's chewy, it's nutty, it's rich. I've got some canned chickpeas. So super simple, drained out of a can and rinsed. We're gonna throw those in. I always like to leave a little bit in the bowl because we'll just see how much it makes. We can always add more if we like. Then the good old cucumber, which we know I am obsessed with. I do love my cucumber. Throw that in. Again, that's looking like enough, but I might just finish that off. That's not too bad. Then we've got some dried cranberries. So something chewy, something sweet. You can slot in any dried fruit for this one. So if you like dried apricots, if you like currants, if you like sultanas, any of those work really well in this salad too. Then we've got some very finely diced red onion or Spanish onion, and I love onion, so I put quite a bit. People are funny and thingy about onion. If it upsets your tummy, if you find it too much in the mouth, then you can use less or soak it in water, which I always say, or use spring onion, which is like a lighter, sweeter onion that are really good for salads too. We've got some herbs. So I'm going with mint and parsley today. Again, herbs are kind of interchangeable in this salad. You could throw in coriander, you could throw in basil, you could throw in dill. They all work really well. I'm going to throw in some mint. Beautiful mint. I just love mint in most salads actually. I think it just provides such a beautiful freshness. And parsley. So throw in some parsley too. And because we don't have a leafy component to this salad, so there's no spinach or rocket or radicchio or anything like that. So I like to throw in a lot of herbs because not only do they provide beautiful color and beautiful freshness and flavor, but they also give that greenery and that prettiness throughout the salad that we often get from our salad leaves. Then we've got some almonds. So these are just whole roasted almonds that I've roughly chopped. I've got quite a few here, so I don't think we're gonna need them all. I'm just gonna add about a third to half of this. And obviously nuts provide that crunch, but they also provide, they sort of help you feel full. Your blood sugar levels will slowly release over the time after you eat the salad, which is really wonderful, and they keep you fuller for longer. In saying that, you can use any nuts you like in this salad. That's what the great thing is. Cashews, walnuts, pecans, pine nuts, even seeds, you know, pepitas, pumpkin seeds, things like that. That's what I love about this salad. All the components are kind of interchangeable with whatever you've got in your house or whatever you like to eat. So keep that in mind. You don't have to stick to this recipe. And then I'm not going to put the feta over yet because I find that when you break feta and then you toss it, it kind of all gets broken down in the salad. So I'm just going to put our feta next to it to add towards the end. Any kind of feta you like, either a creamy Danish or a traditional, more Greek feta is great. I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt to our salad and then a little bit of pepper. And that is basically our salad, like our main salad ingredient part done. Now I'm gonna make up a nice little dressing. It's that simple, that's how good. That's why I love this salad. It's got all those fresh, oh, sorry, my sink decided to make a noise. He also agrees that the salad is just so yum. Like, you've just got to make this salad, really. What a lame joke. So it's a tahini maple salad dressing. And again, I will put proper quantities down below, but I'm just guessing for the time being about that much extra virgin olive oil. Then some tahini. Now tahini can be funny. This one looks okay to add. You sort of have that kind of oil at the top that keeps it fresh, obviously, but also can make it quite liquidy. So you definitely want to try and get the actual tahini paste part of the tahini rather than all the liquid part. And it can be quite tricky to get out. Sometimes they're really tricky. That sometimes depends on their freshness. So if they're really hard and like rocky to pull apart, it might mean that you need to get a fresh tahini. Sometimes I just put it in the microwave. So lid off if it's glass and safe, in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds, and it will just soften it and make it a little bit more easy to kind of scoop out and add. Then I'm going to add some pure maple syrup. Obviously this just adds a sweet component. I don't like my dressings to be too sickly sweet. So I'm just gonna add a little bit and then we'll taste it. You can always add more as we know it. And then an acidic or acid component to the dressing. I'm gonna add lemon. You could also add vinegar, either one. That's probably not enough, but let's just add that for now. Oh, it's nice and juicy, love that. I'm definitely gonna need more lemon. Get those pips out before they go in our dressing, and a good squeeze. Love it. Love a good squeeze of lemon. Onto my filthy apron. That's what they're there for, right? Now, oh wait, salt and pepper. I've spoken to so many people over the years that are like, oh yeah, and salt and pepper again. Do you add the salt and pepper to the dressing as well? And the answer, unless there's some kind of part that already has a salty component. So, oops, sorry, just knocked my mic out. We're back. Readjusted. Can't remember what I was up to. Oh, salt and pepper. Most of the time, seasoning is always important. It can literally lift whatever you're cooking or making to the next level of just tastiness. So don't forget that. I was just saying though, sometimes things like stock, soy sauce, miso, things that are naturally high in salt or taste quite salty, obviously be careful there. If you're gonna add then a whole pinch of salt, you could go overboard and destroy the dish a bit because it already had enough of the salty taste in it. So, but generally salad dressing, salads, yes, we season the salad, and yes, then we season the dressing. Look at that, how cool. I love how dressings do this. The 3 little parts. So we've added our bits. Let's do a shaker. And sometimes tahini can be like peanut butter or miso in a dressing. It can be take a little bit to break down. So you just gotta get in there and give it a good shake. I think we're pretty good here. Yep, oh no, wait, see, there's big globs of my, so what you can do is, it's looking great though, the color is beautiful. I'm just opening it up and pushing the tahini up against the glass so that it sort of breaks it down a bit manually. And then when we go to shake it again, it should just break down. Yeah, that's looking a bit better already. It won't taste yet because it's not fully, oh God, okay. Shaker. All right, I think we're good. Yep, great. That feels nice and like thick enough that it's all nice and broken down. Yum. Oh, see, he agrees again. He's just like, yum, yeah, that dressing is so good. It is really good, but thing about salad, I'm gonna add some more lemon. I think it needs a bit more acidity. This is another thing about dressings. So people can sit there and say, I'm a really good cook and I know how to make dressings. Everyone can make a good dressing because it is up to your preference. So don't think, if you made this exactly like I'm making now and you tasted it, it might be too acidic for you. So therefore, do what you want to do with the dressing. If you like having an acidic taste, add some more lemon. If you love having a sweeter dressing, add some more maple syrup. If you like having, if you love tahini, then you might want to add a little bit more of that. It is totally up to you. Don't feel like you always have to follow the recipe because that's just stressful. And, everyone's preferences are different. All right, I reckon we're going to hit the spot now. Oh, that little bit more lemon just gets the back of your throat. Okay, yum, I'm so excited. We're going to add our beautiful tahini maple dressing. Look at it, just looks like art. I almost don't want to ruin it and So as I always say, what do we say, guys? We say, oh, there was just a chunk of tahini, but that's okay. I'm not gonna add it all because the worst thing I think with salads is when you overdress them and they're soggy and they're mushy and you're like, oh my God, I've ruined everything that I've done. So I've just added about half. I'm gonna stop there. And you'll notice with some salads, so we'll toss it through now and see how the dressing holds. Yum, oh, what a salad. I tell you what, make this at your next barbecue. Next time you've got people coming over or next time you go to a barbecue and you've got to bring like a plate or a salad or something, make this. It'll be a showstopper, I'm telling you. People will be like, oh my God, that salad was just amazing. Oh, but the hilarious story about this salad is Jennifer Aniston never actually ate it. We found out. So it was kind of hilarious. So it went round as like this viral trending salad. It was called the Jennifer Aniston salad. The story was that she ate this for 10 years, every day on the set of Friends. Anyway, it went so viral that obviously it got back to her and she heard about it. And oh, it's crazily raining outside. It got back to her and she heard about it and she came out and said, actually, I never ate anything like that for my daily salad. She ate a daily carb salad, which a traditional Cobb salad's like bacon and egg and yeah, all different bits and bobs, chicken and bread. Anyway, that was what she ate. So this actually has nothing to do with Jennifer Aniston, but it went viral. People learned to love it because it is that incredible, and now it's a famous salad. So that's why I still call it the Jennifer Aniston salad. So there it is, look at it. It's just so, I reckon at this stage, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's crazy weather outside. Like it has just decided to slam on the wind and slam on the rain. So we're just gonna keep going. That's why this is a beautiful salad in winter or when it's cold or you need it, because that nutty Freekeh is so, so good. So let's have a little try, and then we've got to crumble our feta still, but I like to do the feta very last because then it just sits on top beautifully. I love this salad. Oh my God. Okay, so almonds, I think we could do a few more. I actually think we could have a little bit more dressing, not all of it. Just around the side, we don't want to sog up the nuts straight away. Stir, 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 or toss, toss, toss. Oh, look at the colors. I just think it's one of the pretty, I mean, lots of salads are pretty. I'm drawn to like the beauty of salads and how they look and obviously how they taste. But this salad, I think to look at is so inviting and beautiful. So there's that. Then we've got our feta. Let's just break that. Any type of feta. Oh, this one feels a bit weird, but we'll go with it. It's not as soft as it usually is. I think that's what I was gonna say before the weather decided to go wild on me. Dressings, when you're adding dressings, because it's really hard to put a kind of blanket rule on how much dressing to add, or because every ingredient and every salad takes up dressings differently. So some grains will need more dressing because they're thick and they absorb it well, but then they hold their texture as well. Whereas noodles, it can become quite slippery and wet. So if you overdo it, you've ruined the salad. So there's lots of different things. You've just got to play around with your different salad making and experimenting and work out what works. All right, let's have one more try now that we're kind of finished. Got to get a bit of feta on there, get all a bit of the yummy chunky bits. Just yum. But that is just delicious. It's really beautiful. It's such a easy, not complicated, nothing too fancy, but it is really a showstopper salad that I think will win a crowd over. So serve it at your next barbecue, take it to your next thing where you're asked to bring a plate. I just think it is superb, 10 out of 10.